I for some time now, and I was in the ethics review for 6 years until last year before I was elected to get on the board. And during that time, it was really reinforced in my mind and my belief that ethics are becoming more and more important in this challenging times we live in. You know, we see all these changes in the ethical behavior of political leaders, in the ethical behaviors of business leaders, of our customers, of our suppliers. And in the end, it goes back that we as humans, we are social animals. So we want to live in a related, safe environment in tribes. And for all these tribes or families or environments or teams or how you call it, companies, you need a kind of trust to be able to create something jointly. And you need to be related. And trust means for me that you are able to be willing to suffer for somebody else who is on the same team. So how to create this trust? There are many ways to go to that, but one way is certainly as a basis of trust, you need some joint values, some joint beliefs where you say, okay, I won't kill one of my tribe members, for instance. That's a basic value. And some humanity values. And they have been written down for thousands of years in the seven sins, which are part of every religion. But as it relates to our times, you know, we have to focus on what is really important in the environment we live in project management. We live in a business environment, and so we said to enable the teams working together, we defined in PMI by looking at people, by asking project managers, what are the main values we should look at, and which could be globally acceptable and meaningful. And we thought, okay, one value is to be open and respectful to anybody else. So to really respect people from other cultures and countries, but also respect the resources that are entrusted in us. So like money, like company resources, so that we really are respectful of that. And second value is that we are responsible in what we do. So that means that we are given a role as a project manager or who else. And with that role comes some responsibilities. And in the best case, it's defined, it's documented. And so this means that we fulfill these responsibilities, not only to the word, but also to the meaning. That means that if we do something that is a mistake, we apologize for it, we try to repair it, we take our responsibilities. But also if we neglect one of our responsibilities, don't do anything about it, so then we also have a duty to take the consequences and to make them really covered again, which also relates again to the respect. You know? And then being honest, you know, this is one of the hardest, because being honest means practically, if you're a project manager, that you are very open with any conflicts of interests. And it means we are all working in a matrix, so we are reporting to several bosses and several authorities, and it means that we have naturally a conflict of interest, because we have to be loyal to the one and loyal to the others, and then we think about, okay, what is priority now? And the conflict of interest policy of PMI gives a hint that if you are in doubt what your primary loyalty is, you have to open it up, and you have to ask and to make both of these potential loyalty partners aware of it, and then make a joint decision. There is no black and white in that. There's always the best thing to open up and to discuss about the ethics. So honesty is about that. Honesty is also about, if you go into negotiations and discussions, you know, that you don't try to hide information and only give partly information. What we see today is that we don't relate on alternate facts as we see today. So this is a kind of honesty. And I understand that there are some cultures where it's more easy, some culture where it's more difficult. But also here, discussion is flowing. Nevertheless, honesty is one of the values that we put in the whole of ethics. And from these values, there comes then a practical example. What should we do? That is called the code of conduct. So how do we conduct our behavior And the purpose of the code of conduct and professional code of ethics and professional conduct of PMI is, and is stated in the purpose, we want to influence the behavior of the profession. And you will see some activities within PMI in the next years that we want to enforce that and extend it and make it more meaningful to every professional in the world, and that we really want to make it more helpful for them to rely on these ethics in their business and to make it easier for them to behave correctly.
Thank you, Thomas, for this interview. It has been very interesting, and thank you also for your time. I also thank you, PMI, for this experience. It has been great. It's been great. And I just recommend all of you to check pmi.org, the website, where you can find a lot of project management tips and references. So thank you very much.